Hello, in this video we are going to mirror our geometry. So the first thing I would do is make sure this center line is perfectly center. Sometimes you can accidentally move these so it looks a little bit wrong. So to fix this, you can select all the verts in the center and go up to here. Sometimes this is hidden, so you have to click on that and go put 0 on X, and that will move all these verts that you've selected to this center line. Another way of doing this is you can scale in one direction like this, flatten it, and then you have to hit X and middle mouse, drag it, and this will snap it to this grid basically in this direction, as long as you have that. So now that we know that is mirrored correctly, we can go up to Mesh and Mirror. And the most important setting in here is Merge Threshold. So if you are seeing things like your geometry collapsing or verts that are merging in areas where you don't want it to merge, it's because your merge threshold is too big, so you need to set this to a lower number. So I go to like 0.01 because I know when I make sure that center line is perfect so that I don't have any issues generally. But it's a good idea to double check your geometry, especially if you have something more dense, to make sure that you're not merging things that you don't need to be merged. Now that we have this, I like to put in symmetry, object symmetry, just to keep my object, keep on making sure it's perfectly symmetrical. But be careful with this. This can cause problems in your tools, and so if you're getting any kind of weird results, just double check that. And I'm just going to check my back side because I think I forgot to check that in my last video. I'm going to go over here. Well, I'm just going to move this up a bit, and I'm going to go, that looks fine. Move that over, and then I'm going to go over to the side. I'm going to move this back a bit, move this back a bit, and I think I'm going to take this all the way here. I think this does bow, like this, like that. Alright, so I'm going to open this. That looks fine. So to add thickness now, so that'd be the next step. So let's select all our geometry and go shift right click and go to extrude face. And this setting thickness is where the important thing, and you'll have to dial this in. I'm going to go to my side view just so I can see the thickness, and you just have to make sure that you're adding the thickness in the right direction and the amount. So if I did 0.1, you see how it's going the wrong direction. So now I just need to do negative 0.15. I think I did this before, and I think that was the number that was kind of close. Maybe 0.14, a little smaller. So now that's pretty close, and you might have to adjust your positions a little bit. Certain places like here, this needs to go up higher, but generally it's like there. Just fix as you go, and that looks pretty good. So now let's go look at the perspective and hit 5 to see the shaded view. And you notice that the geometry turned black. This is because geometry has by default only wants to be seen on one side, and the side that is shaded is the side that it wants to be seen from. So like this, you see that all the geometry is facing in the right direction. This is because the normal of the geometry is pointing out, and this one, the normal, is pointing inside of itself. So this setting where you can, if you're having problems with this, you just go up to Mesh and Reverse. So Mesh Display, Reverse, and that will reverse your normals so that it'll be going the correct way. So yeah, so now you have a thickened piece, and we have two pieces in a low poly kind of style for our helmet. I'll see you in the next video.